Good day, my friends, and welcome to episode 23 of the Comedian's Tea Party. And this week, my guest is Rosie Holt, and it's a really fun chat. I've known Rosie for years, and it's a really good laugh. So hopefully, you'll also enjoy it. We talk about writing and performing and dating in lockdown, much of which she isn't doing. But that's fine. You don't need to, Rosie. It's fine. There's a brief discussion about some sexist tea. I forgot the word whimsy halfway through the chat. Just completely forgot what the word whimsy was. So when I'm confused about what that word is, the word I was looking for is whimsy. And I know that because 2 days later, mid-conversation, I shouted whimsy in my fiance's face. So, yeah. And Rosie also forgets the name of Jacob Rees-Mogg, and she calls him Jeffrey Rees-Mogg, which I found very funny. And it was arguably even funnier and simultaneously much less funny when it turns out she doesn't actually know my name. It is very funny, but my responses to her afterwards do become decidedly more pointed. It's fine, we're still friends. Now, I have been threatening to have an intro for this podcast for months, like intro music, you know? I've been talking about it for months and months and months, and I've written about 3 different things, and because I'm sort of, I'm fully capable of it, but because I'm doing it for myself, I could never quite trust myself to do it, and everything that I've written has never been good enough. And the other day, a friend of mine, Mike Darragh, posted that he's been doing projects on Fiverr, the website, where you just offer to do stuff for $5 or more, and people just employ you to do things. And he put up that he was making 30-second songs for like $10, I think, which is unreal. That is very much an introductory price just to get the reviews in, but it's well worth it. I tipped him to pay more because it is well worth it. And if you ever need a little bit of intro music for anything, or just 30 seconds of track, give him a shout because it's really good, as you will find out because I'm about to play it at the end of this intro. So yeah, I'm just very excited to premiere that for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. And with that in mind, enjoy the podcast.
Hello.
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 Cool. I think we're there. I'd forgot to plug my headphones in.
Your hair's looking so long.
Oh, it's so long. It's
It's the longest
absolutely
I've
mental.
seen it.
Yeah. It's
You look like Harry Potter in the 3rd film when he gets like a 70s haircut.
Yeah, well, I'm rewatching all the films with my fiance at the minute, and because we decided that we watch one every week, and then hopefully by the time we got to the end, lockdown would be over, and so now we're going to watch Star Wars as well, because
And you can do Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and watch that
Do you know what you should do? If you're talking about long films, you should do all the Friday the 13th films because there's loads of them.
Interesting.
And that really would take, if you did that every week, that hopefully would take you to the end of lockdown.
Yeah, that would take. I mean, too long. I don't think I'd survive.
Hey, do you want? By the way, do you want me to record this at any point?
Yes, that is. I was about to ask that.
Just tell me when, and I'll press record.
As and when. I've already started recording.
Oh, that's good because this is top banter right here.
Yeah, you don't want to miss any of this. That is the goal.
Is that a fridge in your background?
No, there's a cupboard, a wardrobe even.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I've been on a very long walk with my parents because I'm in Bath.
Okay.
Lockdowning here.
In Bath?
Yeah. And we went for this walk, and the thing is, it's like, I'm not sure it's worth it because my dad makes these amazing sandwiches and so does my brother. And then, but like Dad can't cope with the idea of walking somewhere and not knowing exactly where we're going. So he just moans the whole walk, getting his phone out, trying to work out where we are. And we're like, we know where we are. And we're just waiting for you with your phone.
Classic. Yeah, that's classic dad.
Weird living back with the parents again, I think. But I guess there's people experiencing this.
Yeah, right. Now, I want to come back to that part of the conversation. But have you got headphones?
Yeah, yes, I've got them upstairs, but it'll take me a few minutes to go and get them. Do you want me to get them?
Yes,
Sure.
if that's okay. Just because I can hear myself coming through your
Give me 2
speakers.
secs.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, let me give this a whirl. I don't know if these work because I did drop them into some water, but we'll see.
That sounds like a classic Rosie Holt move.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear you fine.
Oh, good. That's much better. Right, now what were you saying before?
Nothing very interesting. I was just saying I went on a walk with my parents and my dad complained the whole time and kept us all waiting because he kept doubting our directions and so getting out his phone to work out where we were.
Yeah, even though you knew where you were.
Yeah, I think he's having trouble relinquishing control as a a man in his late 60s. Like,
yeah.
He has to have control of the remote controller when it comes to the TV.
Right.
So no one else is allowed to hold the TV remote. He has to. And I think it's his way of feeling like he's upholding the patriarchy.
Yeah. Even though with most TVs these days you can control it with your phone anyway.
Can you? What? Sorry, I didn't even know that.
Are you living in the 1990s? Like, what's going on?
Yes, I am. Not only have I moved back home for lockdown, but also I've just moved back in time.
Yeah, you are now, well, we're the same age, aren't we? I think?
Yes.
Yeah, but 34?
Yes.
Yeah, so, I don't know what my point was. I don't know. You're 12, I guess?
I am 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look old for it. That is, I probably can't leave that in the podcast conversation. That is horrible. A horrible thing to say. Now, what I do want to question is, while you were gone, I noticed on your wall, there's obviously a few family pictures and the like.
Yeah.
Is that a picture of Tom Rosenthal?
No. Where? What? The big one? There.
Yeah, like the brown one in the middle, like top right.
Brown one in the middle, top right. No.
From here, it does look
that's my grandfather.
And is your grandfather Tom Rosenthal?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Good grief. He looks... I mean, I thought he was younger than you.
Tom is much older than people think.
How old is he?
Like, he's about 90.
About 90, yeah.
90s,
yeah. Good grief. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Right, now, I do have an actual intro to the podcast, so I will do it.
I'm excited.
And don't worry, generally everything that I say before this stays in anyway.
Okay.
Except for sort of general insults about how old you look. Because people go mad. No, they don't. No, it's fine. No one cares. But people have asked me to insult you. In fact, they've messaged in. They were like, say horrible things about Rosie. No, not at all. Obviously, that is not true. However, for the sake of it, hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Comedian's Tea Party with Deaves, with me, Deaves, and this week my guest is Rosie Holt.
Hello.
Hello. How you, I mean, we've already said hello and discussed how you are. Now, what are you doing in Bath?
As we all know, we're in lockdown.
Yeah.
And I decided to go to my parents because more room, save a bit of money. I've been, it's not like I'm working, and now I get to wander the countryside and get home cooked meals.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a good shout.
Yeah, it's a bit weird though.
Yeah, why is that?
Well,
just being home again, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you've like you feel like you're a teenager again.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm living in my house with my fiance, and I have also regressed. So I'm playing a lot of PlayStation.
Your poor fiance.
Yeah, only in the last. I mean, I've done a little bit. Like, I've been a little bit productive. I've done a reasonable amount of podcast stuff. And in the past couple of days, I've started actually writing a script that I've been talking about writing for about 3 or 4 years. So.
Oh, that's good though. I've similarly. So, I have until this week. I've not really been productive. I've written a lot, and I've sort of gone into things that. No, I haven't written anything. What am I talking about? I've read a lot.
Okay. The opposite.
I haven't written a thing. Yeah, I haven't written a thing. I've read a lot. And I've beaten myself up a lot about the fact that I'm not writing anything.
Yeah.
And then this week, I actually started having quite a good writing week where I was like, actually, I've had this film script knocking around for ages. Why not? I think before I was like, oh no, it just feels so kind of far-reaching and presumptuous to write a film script. And I thought, we're in lockdown. When else are you going to do these things?
Oh yeah, no, exactly. When else are you going to write that?
Yeah, you might as well try now, isn't it? But
I'm gesticulating so much, I nearly just pulled my headphones straight out again.
Oh, sigh.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's the exciting podcast way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If we were in person, this would be much easier because I'd be gesticulating all I want like a madman.
Yeah, you wouldn't have the headphones pulling off you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So what have you been writing about? Can you tell us or?
Well, I feel even stupid saying that I've been writing because I've only we're on week 6. I've only just started writing stuff.
Yeah. What have you just written? Like the title page.
I've just written it in such a good title page.
Just written your own name in 7 different fonts.
I've written my own name. I've written a date.
Oh.
I've written the little first name of the address.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fantabulous.
I've
done lockdown now.
Yeah, completed it.
Written a front page.
Yeah, nice. I wrote 4 pages of dialogue today, not dialect.
4 pages of dialect. Yeah. That's pretty good though.
Yeah. Considering
it is, because think if you do 4 next week and 4 the week after, that's like half a film.
Yeah.
Well, like quarter of a film.
Yeah. Well, about 10 minutes of a film. And if it's a short film, I'm almost done.
It's really very impressive.
Yeah. I've been very productive. So have you just been writing that stuff or
what you trying to get at what
stand up
wonderful productive things I've been doing?
No, I'm just wondering. It's weird times, isn't it?
What's weird for me is before lockdown I was about to go on tour of a show in America. Yes.
A stand-up show or?
No, it was a really silly show called The Crown Live. It's a parody. I
saw that. Yes.
Yeah, and it was me and Brendan Murphy, who's a very funny improviser and actor.
Well done.
And thank you. And we did it last year in London and Edinburgh, and it got good reviews. And so we'd got this American tour lined up, which was very exciting.
Oh, great.
And then literally, I had a sort of day job, and the day I left it, I got a call from my agent being like, "Yeah, the tour's not happening," and that was on March the 13th. So then everything went in lockdown.
Horrible.
So, yeah.
Has it been rescheduled?
But it keeps sort of getting pushed back, and it's all looking a bit uncertain. So it got pushed back to August, and now it's been pushed again to November. But no one knows, does it? We don't know what's going to be happening.
No, absolutely. Because there's been, like, in the last couple of days, certainly, there's been sort of a couple of posts, I don't know if you've seen them, about, like, people have put on music gigs. Like, there was one in America and one in Berlin, I think. And it showed, like, a socially distanced crowd. And it's all in theatres. It's all, like, seated. And there's sort of, you get groups of, like, 2 people and then like 4 empty seats and then 2 people and 4 empty seats. And then like occasionally there's like 1 person on their own. Like I don't mind going to the theatre or whatever on my own, but it feels a lot more lonely to be really, really on your own like that.
Yeah. Especially because like part of going to theatre or a comedy thing is like the collective experience of enjoying something together.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you've done gigs, you know, similar to how I have, where occasionally you'll go to like a 200-seat theatre and there's like 30 people there, which if you get that 30 people and they're in the first 2 rows, then it's okay because there's still that sort of like the sound of the laughter is all squashed together. But when you get them and like 4 people are sitting in the back row, it's almost pointless.
That's so true. And I hadn't really thought of it like that because of course people talking about maybe social distancing audiences, but everyone knows in a comedy gig at least the best people at the crowd are less self-conscious if they're all sat together and they're all at the front.
Yeah.
If they're kind of scattered everywhere, they're all kind of like in their own little bubble of self-consciousness and they don't laugh as much.
They do not.
So does this mean we're going to like post-lockdown be getting less laughy audiences?
Yeah, quite possibly. Like, have you done any online gigs, by the way?
No, I've got a improv one tomorrow for Shoot from the Hip.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know them, yeah. So I'm just guest starring.
Oh,
yeah. Going into a bit of guest improving.
Is it like in the same way of how I guest starred in your show in Edinburgh a couple of years ago.
I forgot that you had on that. No, actually, Si, I do like a whole improv thing. It's really impressive.
I didn't know you did improv.
I don't really. I mean, I did it at drama school.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm done loads of it.
Yeah.
I know enough.
Yeah. You know the rules. Yes, and don't block.
Don't block. Don't say no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Don't. No. Don't say no. No.
Don't say no.
No, because that is a cardinal rule, and it's always important to remember that if someone else has something to say, that you say whatever you think over the top of them.
Yes, very, very important.
Yeah.
Just interrupt.
Yeah.
Lots and lots.
just like 99% interrupting.
And make sure you're the one speaking the most.
Yeah, 1% good ideas.
Have you ever watched Broad City?
Yeah.
So have you seen that episode in the first series where she sleeps with this guy and he's really gorgeous and he's like really great because he's like, oh, I hope you've kept all your pubic hair, and she's like, wow, what an amazing man, my ideal man. And then he's like, do you want to see my show tonight? And she gets there and she's like, oh, he's probably in a band or something, and it's improv.
Yeah.
And he's really bad at improv. And then the next time they have sex, every time she's trying to enjoy it, the like memory of him doing terrible improv pops up in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have seen that.
I don't know why there was no reason. I was just telling you about an episode in Broad City, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I think what you're trying to say is like next time you're sort of sleeping with someone, you're hoping that they haven't watched what you're going to be doing tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she just keeps talking over everyone. It's ridiculous. Who told her to do that? It's terrible advice. Good grief. What were we talking about? Why did I bring that up?
I don't know. I think we've gone on too many tangents.
Yeah. Oh, well, the annoying thing is, I'll edit this back and I'll go, you should have said that sooner. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all the great thing about editing. You can just edit out the silence, and then it looks like you're really quick.
Absolutely. That is. That's why it takes me so long to edit podcasts, because there's so much silence. This is, for anyone listening to this, we've sat here just looking at each other for about 5 minutes. It's been really weird.
It's just been really well edited.
I'm very skillful. Obviously, going back to audiences where there's, like you say, sort of, there's a very good chance that if we're having socially distanced audiences, there's not going to be that sort of hive mind where everyone's laughing together and losing their self-consciousness.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in this situation where. So you haven't done any live gigs yet. The improv one that you're doing tomorrow, does that have an audience, like a front row?
Yeah, that's a live one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some of them, and don't get me wrong, some people have done them brilliantly, where there's no audience, but it's just sort of like putting out ideas. And I've seen some people have turned the way they're doing stand-up into a way that works with that sort of style. So they're just like throwing their ideas out there, and they're saying them in such a sort of, I don't know what it is, because you've got to change the rhythm because there's no laughter to sort of bounce off of or audience to sort of work with. But you can still make it work. And I've seen some people that have done that very, very well. But I've also seen quite a lot where it's just, if the material doesn't quite work for it, like it's just them talking and going, mm-hmm. Whereas you know full well that I don't want to. Well, I saw a show the other day and was on it, who is amazing. Like, she's so funny, and live she's absolutely incredible. But she just sat there. I'll bleep out her name, by the way. Just. Because it just seems mean otherwise. But like watching her on this online gig, if that was the only time I'd ever experienced her doing stand-up, I'd have gone, I'm never going to see her live. That was terrible because it just didn't work, and it was a real shame. But
it's a completely different medium. Like I think it works if you're, it's like if you watch vloggers on YouTube. There's a very specific way of doing it.
Yeah.
And that's not how you do stand-up, for good reason.
Yeah.
But translating that onto online, it's just, it makes it not stand-up, makes it more vloggy.
Yeah. But that's what I was. That's the reason I brought that up, was in the ones that have got the live audience, you're still getting that live reaction, even if it is slightly delayed, but like it's still there. So you've got something to sort of feed off of, which is great. But like, in audiences, like when we go to sort of socially distanced audiences or whatever, it's going to be the same as it would be for people just sitting at home, because they're feeling more self-conscious, so they're probably not laughing out loud.
Yeah.
And it's just the awkward sort of, yeah. So it's going to be, you're going to have to be absolutely incredible to make it work. Thankfully, I'm going to be fine, but...
Thankfully, I am incredible. So, no problem.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah. No, thankfully, I'm an incredibly awkward comedian anyway, so...
So you're like, it's just my style.
Yeah, I'll just take it with me. Yeah, it's all good. Have you missed out on any sort of big gigs? Oh, well, obviously the American tour.
Yeah, it was the American tour really. I mean I haven't done stand-up gigs for a while, so I was more gearing towards this and going to America. So that's really been the only kind of big thing.
Yeah.
So I was due to go. We were going to Chicago and then Denver and all over.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, but it's okay because you know, I'm finding myself in quarantine.
I mean, I'm not going to ask what that means. Yeah,
it's been anything.
Yeah.
Are you finding yourself in quarantine?
Well, yeah. Do you know what? No, I'm not finding myself. Like I say, in the past few days, I've sort of become productive again, and I think that has. It's just that sort of believing in myself to work with a new medium, and I think I've sort of just seen this opportunity for the past few weeks where I've been, well, how many weeks? I don't know, 20.
Yeah.
And like I've been a little bit lazy, where I've just sort of played a lot of PlayStation. And I have done stuff, and I've like created a couple of websites for people, and I've done a few podcasts, and but only the other day I did my first I don't know, panel show type thing like on the internet. So I've not done stand up yet because I don't know, I think I'll hate it.
Yeah.
But I've done like one of those sort of panel show things where there's a few of us and like we're answering questions, like just doing silly stuff, and that was really, really fun. And like it's just sort of exercising that part of me that got to be silly and sort of creatively funny. So that was good. So so it's a whole new thing now to where I've written stuff before, but I've always talked about different scripts and stuff that I do, but I've never actually done it. But
yeah,
I've been brainstorming stuff for the past few weeks so much that now that I've actually sat down and tried to write things, I feel like I am learning about myself again and sort of learning a new creative way. So that is, So yes, I have found myself in quarantine.
Well done you. I think that's really good.
Oh, thank you very much.
I haven't found myself. All I found out is that I really, really like young Tom Hanks, and he's the man for me. And that's about all I've learned.
Yeah, I mean, that seems fair. Young Tom Hanks. Now,
so lovely, Si.
Is that why you've regressed to 1990s Rosie, because that's the era of Tom Hanks?
1990, yeah, it is. That's peak Tom Hanks.
The problem is with that is if you were to try and meet him as 90s Tom Hanks, you are going to be 12 years old. So
no, but you don't understand, because I don't want like real. I'm sure real Tom Hanks is lovely. I want movie Tom Hanks, like from Splash and Sleepless in Seattle, and he's just so good and kind and attractive.
Yeah, and before he had coronavirus.
And and in real life he's married to Rita Wilson. She seems great, and I've got nothing against her. I want movie Tom Hanks. I want young movie Tom Hanks, and I want to meet him and get married to him.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds realistic.
Yeah, it is realistic actually, Si, and I think it's a very worthwhile goal.
Absolutely. Yeah. You'll make it. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, are you? Have you been seeing anyone?
Am I seeing anyone? No. Yeah. I went on a actually. I mean, lockdown's horrible, but it was quite in a way. It was weirdly, because in September I made a decision that I didn't want to date. I didn't want to date anyone.
Ever?
I was like, I'm fed up, just for like the foreseeable future. Well, so I broke up with my ex in May.
Yeah.
Oh God, like a year ago.
A
year ago. God, where's the time gone?
To be fair, this year doesn't count, so.
Yeah, this year doesn't count. But anyway, it was a really tough breakup, because it was a proper tough one.
Yeah, and you'd been with him for a little while, right?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, and
I think you actually got with him around the same time that I met my now fiance.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it was about the same time. And it was just, yeah, it was just a tough breakup. I think because we really loved each other, and it was more, we had to break up because of reasons that wasn't to do with how we felt about each other. So it was just crap.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
So I think, so I think in September I tried, sort of did a bit of like messing around.
Yeah.
And then in September I was like, I just don't want to deal with any men.
Yeah.
So I stopped.
Yeah.
And then lockdown happened, and I was like, okay, well, this is interesting because now I can't deal with any men.
Yeah. It's one thing when you choose not to date anyone.
Yeah.
It's one thing. It's another thing when you're told you can't.
Yeah, completely. And it does weird things to your mind, because then, like, the other night I couldn't get to sleep because I suddenly thought, hang on a second, I'm 34. I've got to think about. I've got to start
You live with your parents.
I live with my parents. What about eggs? What about if I decide I want to have kids? I haven't even worked that out yet. And then if I have, I've got to find someone, and I've got to like be with them at least like 2 years before I have kids, because you don't want to just have kids.
Sure.
And then I went in this whole thing in my head, and then I spoke to Brendan the next day, my co-star in The Crown, and I was telling him about my eggs, which I don't think he really wanted to hear about. And then he was like, and I said, the thing is, and he went, but you could try dating online. And I was like, but I don't want to date anyone at the moment. And I was just so stupid. I don't want to date anyone at the moment, but lockdown is making my brain go a bit crazy, because I feel like time is passing and we're all stuck.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think to make the most of this period, as it were, you can't do things like that you might otherwise be able to do. So you have got to, like, because a lot of people have said, like, oh, this is the time to sort of write that book or do whatever, like write that screenplay. And there's a lot of people who, probably not now, like we're far enough into it that people have probably sort of worked themselves out. But I think there are still a lot of people putting pressure on themselves, saying, I have to write that thing. Like, I've been putting pressure on myself to write this script. But to be fair, I knew that I should, and I knew that I've got the opportunity to do it. And I've started on it now, so it feels really good. But there's still a lot of people that are going, oh, maybe I should write a book. But, like, if you don't want to write a book, don't write a book. Like, you don't have to. Make a bloody casserole, do you know what I mean? Like, do whatever you want to do. Yeah, so it's weird.
It's so true. I think everyone's got this sort of fear, don't you? You're like, okay, well, I've got more time than I've ever had, but yet at the same time, it's not like you can go and use that time going out and doing things. So you're like, what can I do to make this worthwhile?
Yeah.
Which is quite an exhausting way to think, really. Also, because the news is so depressing, it's not exactly sort of fertile creative ground.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really not. Which is where I feel quite fortunate, because I've had these ideas buzzing around in my head for about 3 years, if not longer. So to finally now, like I can because in that time I've written like 2 stand-up shows and like gig loads, so it's fine. Like I've been busy, but now it's a different thing. So like I'm now sort of mining that other part of my brain. So it's good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the way forward. It's you need an existing idea, because to create something completely new is quite hard.
Yeah. So it's exactly that. Like, I've had the thing in my head, so that's what I should do. If you've not had a book in your head, don't write a book. Like, if you've wanted to start running, perfect time to start running. If you've always wanted to go out and kiss a lot of people on the face, bad time for that. Don't do that.
No, definitely not the time to do that.
Yeah.
No kissing.
No, absolutely. But it's a good reflective period, because, you can now look at your life and say, do I want kids or whatever?
Oh, no, but it's a horrible side.
Yeah, it is. No.
What a horrible thing to do.
Yeah, but you can plan, and that's what you can do.
I could be like, right, I need to meet someone in the next 6 months, then we need to have 2 years together, and then after 2 years, I need to stop taking the pill, but not tell him, and then have a baby.
Trick him into it. Yeah.
That's what you do.
And that's how you get a man.
That's what you do, folks.
And that is disclaimer, that is horrible advice. Don't ever do that. It's the worst thing.
I don't even know if I want kids. I wasn't worrying about it until lockdown.
Yeah.
She let you down.
I mean, it's a good time to think about it. But also,
no, I don't want to think about it.
And also, it's a good time to completely forget about it because it's not an option. It's taken off the table, so you don't have to worry about it.
No.
Yeah, remove that stress from you.
I will remove it.
Yeah, but also the way modern science is, like, you've got plenty of time, so don't worry.
Yeah,
about it.
hopefully.
Yeah.
I just need to. If I leave it too long, I've just got to find a younger man, and then it's fine.
Yeah, that's not how that works, but sure.
It is how it works. I know about science.
Oh, do not give Rosie a doctorate. That would be a terrible thing for all of us.
I'm here to give advice on all your worries to do with science and being a woman.
Yeah, and then I'm here to correct those things. No, I'm sure you know more about being a woman than I do. It sounds like a horrible, because anyone listening to that will be like, well, he actually sounds like he thinks he has more idea. I don't know anything.
Such a mansplainer.
Yeah, I don't know about being a man, let alone being a woman. I barely know about being an adult. I have to ask my fiance all the time about how to do anything, and she will confirm that.
Does she know what to do though? Because I kind of think that
she's very capable.
No one does. Oh, does she? I'm very uncapable.
Very
incapable. Capable I am not.
Yeah.
I think I for ages assumed that everybody was capable apart from me, and actually I think there's a lot of us out there.
Yeah, that's the secret to adulthood is when you get to a point in life where it's the weird thing about getting older is because you immediately command more respect from younger people. And that's, you're not asking for it, but people just look up to you. And then the thing about adults, when they tell you what to do and how to do things, is if you really look at them and look sort of deep into their eyes, you can see them thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. No one does.
Yeah, no one knows.
Yeah.
But also what I have, because you do too, we both look younger than we are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I've done a lot of temp jobs, and I've had lots of situations where people are patronising to me and they're younger than me, but I can see that they think I'm younger than them. It's very irritating.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah.
Hard times.
Yeah, it is hard times. But hey, we look good and they don't, so.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
For the listeners, I just did finger guns.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny thing because I meet a lot of people who are younger than me and like considerably younger than me as well, sort of like 15 years younger than me, and some of them look older than me, and I will talk to them like I owe them more respect than they deserve. Which is sort of harsh, but at the same time, like I remember being 19 and I remember thinking that I knew stuff, and now I look back on that and I realise that I didn't know stuff.
Yeah.
We all think we know stuff until we realise we don't know stuff. That's the thing. That's the secret to getting older.
Realisation.
That is that's the true art of being an adult, is realising that you don't know stuff and just doing it anyway.
Yeah, completely. Or there's like a horrible realisation, which I think I got when I hit about 30, where I was like, hang on, I don't think I'm ever gonna really know what's going on. I thought when I was younger, I'd go, oh, when I'm 30, I'll know what's going on. And then I was like, no, I don't know.
No, I have no idea. And that's fine. And that's the thing about being an adult, is that realising that you have no idea. I'm pretty sure nobody knows. So they're all good.
If people say they do, they're lying or they're a cunt.
Yes, or they've just stolen someone's identity.
Or that.
Yeah.
The unlikely but
third
still
option.
Possible third option.
Yeah. Absolutely. This conversation is weird. It's good. This is it's quintessential Tea Party pod. Sorry, that's not what it's called. That's the handle. But it's called Comedians Tea Party. It's quintessential Tea Party podcast. That is what it's called. It. We're doing it. I don't know.
I like it with many names.
Yeah.
Like God has many names, so does your podcast.
Absolutely. Godcast and podcast both have many names.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking. It's a rose hibiscus tea.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very
it's
nice.
My mum's. I found it. Found it in the larder and thought, yeah, I'll try some of that.
Yeah. Is it nice?
Yeah. It is nice. It does taste very rose-like.
Right. Okay.
You know, like it's fragrant. You know when you get a fragrant tea.
Yeah.
Where it's like you feel like you've just thrown some flowers in boiling water.
Yeah, I was talking about this on the last podcast with Mark Simmons because he was asking about his tea. He had a white tea with rose flavouring or something in it, and like I've had a couple of rose flavoured ciders recently, and they're delicious.
Oh yeah, I like rose flavoured ciders.
Yeah,
they're great. A bit girly though, Si. So
I don't give a shit. They're so tasty.
You're a new man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, what I was doing there was I was gender shaming.
Yeah, it's fine because you don't know any better because you're just a woman.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, gender shaming tennis is what that
is. I'm but a weak and feeble woman.
Who's your rose hibiscus tea made by?
It is made by Simon Levelt.
Oh, I've no idea who that is.
No, nor do I.
Does he make? It's just a tea maker, I assume. I'm going to look it up.
I'll tell you what my favourite brand of herbal tea is.
Yeah.
Yogi tea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not actually had any yet. I have emailed them and asked for them to send me tea. But they haven't.
They have what bastards? Okay, well, the great thing about Yogi tea is, firstly, the tea bags, they have little like things written on them to kind of like, they're all sorts of Buddhist-y sort of sayings.
Yeah. Like motivational.
Yeah, motivational things, which is a bit wanky, but I appreciate it.
What's your favourite motivational quote from a Yogi tea?
Oh, I don't know. It will come to me. I can't think of anything.
You're a creative person. Make one up.
The only way is up.
And if you turn it over, does it say baby?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really wise band. Yes, but also Yogi tea, they do tea called things like feminine power. No, it's called woman power.
Oh, okay.
And I got some woman power, and I said to my housemate, do you want some? And he was like, no, because it says woman power and I'm a man. And I was like, no, but woman power is a beautiful thing.
We can all do with a little bit of woman power.
Yeah. Especially in tea form.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't they also make one? I've been looking up a lot of teas recently, and do they not also make one that's a manpower one?
Yes, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, it's oddly sexist,
if they just did woman power, and not men power.
Yeah, like I don't know.
But then manpower tea. Actually, I'm going to Twitter this because I feel like masculine power has unfortunate connotations.
Yeah.
I'm going to put. Okay.
What's like the manpower tea going to taste like? Like spinach and tears and oil. Tears? Why would that be? I don't know.
Side, that's not man things.
I didn't hear myself say it until afterwards.
Do you know what? There isn't.
There is a company.
Yes, no, there is. There's men's tea. Yogi tea does men's tea.
They do.
Men's tea. It's strong, tart, sweet, and spicy.
Right. Okay. So it's like a sort of curry.
And look, the little thing says this: exhaustion, excessive eating, and stress sap men of energy. So small breaks to enjoy a cup of tea are welcome.
Oh,
isn't that great? They really catered to the men there.
Yeah, that's very kind of them.
But listen, the woman's one is much better.
Yeah.
So it's this: the power of woman is subtle, combined with natural beauty and intuition. So this cheerful Yogi tea woman's energy is inspired by fruity hibiscus and raspberry tea leaves. Yeah, there we go.
Well, that is, good for them.
Sorry, you probably didn't want that detour in tea, but I think
it's good. That is exactly the sort of thing I like. Have you actually got I don't suppose you've got the ingredients to the tea that you're drinking, have you?
Oh no, I don't.
No.
I'll give it a guess.
Go on.
Rose.
Yeah.
Hibiscus.
Yeah. Sounds good. Can you taste the hibiscus?
What is hibiscus?
Don't know. No idea.
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, otherwise it'd just be rose and that'd be...
Yeah, it does taste very rosy though.
Yeah? Very, very Rosie Holt.
Yeah, that's right.
So, now, just before we started this conversation, you told me that your name is Rosamond?
Yeah, my full name is, you ready? It's really posh and awful.
Yeah.
Rosamond Loveday Langford Holt.
Loveday?
Yeah.
Is that a normal name? I've never heard that as a...
I think my mum at the time was reading a novel.
I thought you were going to say, I think my mum at the time was smoking like loads of anything.
She's going through a breakdown and no. Yeah, Loveday, I think it was a character in a novel, I think. She wanted to call it as my first name and my dad was like, no, she'll get massacred at school.
Yeah.
So they went with Rosamond instead and Loveday became my middle name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Loveday, what was it? Loveday?
Langford.
Langford.
Langford is because, so my grandparents were Holt, but they wanted to pretend to be more middle class than they were.
Right.
So they gave themselves a double-barreled name of Langford Holt, even though they didn't actually have one. And then my dad and my mum, because they're like quite liberal and they were a bit horrified that they had this pretend double-barreled name. So they cut it off and made it Holt again, but in sort of respect to my dad's parents. They kept the Langford in as a kind of middle name for the kids.
Right. Yeah.
It's very confusing, really.
Yeah, so it's sort of so you've got two middle names, but they're sort of their first half and second half middle names, aren't they? Rather than just two middle names. That is.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
It shows you how
my middle name is James.
Is it James?
Yeah.
My brother's called James, Si.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good.
Great name.
Yeah, solid name.
No, I think, but it's interesting because, like, you think now no one would want to give themselves a double-barreled name if they didn't have one, because they'd be like, people are going to think I'm an absolute.
I think people would.
Yeah.
I think people would. They'd go out of their way. I imagine if you suggested it to someone, you'd find a lot of very right-wing people saying, I very much want my... Like, they're gonna keep their own name and add, like, Fox Hunt.
Yeah. A sort of Fox Hunt Piffle and things like that.
Yeah. That's a great name.
Rees-Mogg, Jeffrey Rees-Mogg being a good example.
Yeah.
Where it's funny because in my grandparents' generation, they were obviously like...
Do you mean Jacob Rees-Mogg?
Jacob Rees-Mogg. What did I say?
Jeffrey.
Did I?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Well,
leaving that in.
I'm a woman. I don't understand.
Oh, you're both for and against your cause. It's a weird.
Politics. I only drink feminine power yogi tea.
Oh, see, because I know a lot of people they love yogi tea, and apparently they make some really nice teas, and like you say, they make your favourite herbal teas and that.
Yeah.
And then they go, but there's also tea specifically for men and women.
I know, but we're different. Men are from Mars, and women are from Venus.
Yes.
I stumbled over that. Wasn't quite sure where they came from.
Yeah. Are you a good actress or?
Yes, actually, so I'm a really good actress.
Yeah.
Classically trained.
Are you really?
Yes.
Yeah. Where did you study?
Lambda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. London
So...
Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts.
Nice. What did you specialise in?
Didn't specialise in anything, just did it all. It's a 3-year course of just doing the whole shebang.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. Master of any?
No, master of all.
Oh.
All of them.
Well, of course.
I was a master of all the trades.
Otherwise, how else would you get a drama degree?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
No, I was bad at dancing and my singing's mediocre.
Is that why you got into musical comedy?
Good question. Well, I think I was scared about the idea of doing straight stand up.
Right.
And I thought, and I like and I like a bit of music.
Yeah.
So that's when I started. And then after about a year or two, or however long, I was a bit like, I don't need the ukulele now. I feel like it's holding me back. It's holding me back from my true potential.
Yeah. So do you never use it now?
Yeah, I haven't used it for ages.
I liked quite a few of your songs. They were good.
They were pretty good.
They were pretty good.
I think it's because you can. The weird thing about musical comedy is you can only, in some ways, it's quite limiting. You can't go into detailed ideas, but
Like, how do you mean?
Well, because it's a song form, you can't go into any kind of complicated
like explanations of stuff.
Yeah, story or idea.
Yeah, because it's all got to be it's all got to be frivolous, hasn't it? So that's yeah. So what's the word I'm looking for?
It's all about sort of punchline. And well, also the thing with music, one of the things I liked about it was if you're doing a big crowd and you're doing musical comedy, the reaction's like nothing else if you're doing well. But equally, if you start a song and the crowd don't like it, you then know they're not going to like the rest of the song, and you've got like 2 minutes left of this song.
Yeah.
Where at least if you're doing a stand-up routine and it starts not going well, it's a horrible feeling. You think I can still rescue it with the next joke.
Yeah.
Somebody, you're like, if they don't like this verse, they're not going to like the next.
But sometimes, like I've got a few, like in recent years, I've just sort of divulged into longer and longer bits.
Yeah,
which is brilliant fun. Like when people are into it, like you really draw them in, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
like
completely.
the payoff you get can be incredible. But sometimes you can be about, especially like I've got a few sort of bits that are callbacks to other bits, and sometimes like I'll start the setup for the callback, and it won't work, and I'll be able to tell from sort of quite soon in that it won't work.
No, I know what you mean. And then you're like, oh, now I've got a long, painful journey with this story, which is
well, sometimes if like the crowd aren't on board, like I'll do the setup bit. So right, there's a bit that I've done recently where I do quite a lot of building on this bit, and it's a whole bit unto itself, and I basically worked on that for quite a long time, just like doing it constantly at gigs until that worked on its own as a standalone bit. But until that, I'd come back to doing the big bit later, which would work and it'd be good, and that was why I was doing it. But sometimes I think I don't want to put the effort into doing a 3-minute bit because it takes a lot of effort. It really takes a lot of energy. So like I'll just decide to do a different bit, like a bit that's, more succinct. But then I'd walk away and people would be like, why did you do that bit in the middle? It wasn't it. Just, oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so tough, isn't it, when it goes weird.
But like I've made a decision that will benefit me, but then also walked away with people going, "What was that? Why did you do that?
What happened there?"
Yeah. So I am. So to talk about what I'm drinking, because we're talking about tea. I am drinking a. Oh, I looked it up, by the way. Your tea is from New Zealand.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Simon Levelt. I don't know. It's got an accent above the E. Organic tea.
Yeah, it's Levelt.
Yeah, you can pronounce it. Of course you can. You've done the training.
I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, you went to Lambda. I assume it is.
I did go to Lambda. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got one from Tea Pigs, which is much easier to pronounce.
Tea Pigs is nice, and you know what I like about Tea Pigs?
Go on.
Good tea bags.
Oh, they're the best tea bags. Yeah,
oh.
They're biodegradable, like silk.
Yeah,
pyramids.
They're amazing.
They're incredible. And they were kind enough. They were one of the first companies to send me tea.
Oh, that's really cool. What flavour have you got there? What are you drinking there?
So I can't remember if I've had this one before. I don't think I have. I thought I'd try it because I'm still working through, like, they sent me loads and loads. So, which was very kind. Thanks, Tea Pigs. Go and drink their tea. They make some incredible tea. This one is licorice and peppermint.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Well,
is it nice or is it odd?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because I used to like licorice when I was younger, like a lot. I really, really liked it. And I still sort of like it, but not as much as I used to. And I like some peppermint teas, but find some of them can be too minty, too strong, and like they just send like a pang of cold through your face. This one is very well balanced because from the smell of it, because it looks dark like a licorice tea would, but it smells like peppermint. But when you taste it, it has got like a very minty sort of tone to it. But the licorice really sweetens it up. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
I think you should be a tea taster.
that
like
is
a professional one.
Yeah, do you think?
Yeah, because you say all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Like the professionals do.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm doing this podcast, really, just so that people can. But the thing
Hear
is,
your intelligence talk on tea.
yeah, like the idea behind this podcast was that I'd never had that many sort of fancy teas or anything, so I just thought, and I wanted to start a podcast, so I was like,
yeah,
I'll mix those two things together, and I'll get people to send me tea, and it's worked, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
good.
I'm on this tea journey as it is, so yeah, it's really good. But I'll tell you what, the ingredients. Guess what's in this licorice and peppermint tea?
Is it licorice and peppermint?
It's just licorice and peppermint. It's nothing else. A lot of them have got like flavourings and organic things.
Yeah.
And this is literally 70% licorice root, 30% peppermint leaves.
What is licorice root? Is licorice what? Does it grow in the ground?
I assume so. This is the issue. This is why I can't do this professionally, because I don't know enough about tea. But a lot of people assume that I do. They're just like, "Oh yeah, what's this about tea?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I've got no idea."
But you're learning.
I am learning.
This is a journey. This podcast is a journey.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. It's really good. So yeah, I really want more people to send me tea. Basically, what I'd really like in this current weather is for some people to send me some cold
iced
brew
tea.
teas. Yeah, iced teas, cold brew teas. I might get in touch with Lipton. I've never had iced tea.
Oh, iced tea's great.
Yeah, is it? I've been told it is. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but no, it's really nice, this tea. It's got a, because the licorice obviously can be a little bit sort of sour sometimes, but it's mixed with the peppermint in such a way that it's just brought out like a sweetness of both, and you can get like because you know when you drink like sort of mint teas or like you have mints or whatever, and you can feel your sinuses clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've had a few like that are really really clearing in that sense. And this does that, but it's not got the real headache that you get in your sinuses, because all of a sudden you can breathe better than you've ever been able to. This it's got a real sweetness to it from the licorice, and it's it's got a sort of a deep fruity taste.
Do you know what, Si? You've sold it to me. I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, I recommend it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, exciting.
Nice, good. I'm excited. Right, I don't always go to them.
Yeah.
But I like to, and I'm trying to do it more, so I'm making a conscious effort to do so. I've got some tea emergency questions.
Oh, amazing. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. Right, now, I've had a few guests on recently who have, they've admitted, oh, I don't really like tea, or like, I just have like this one or that one, and they're not really into it, and it's fine, because that's all good, and like, I'm just excited to have the guests, because some of them have been amazing. However, you texted me the other day and said that you love loads of herbal teas, and you've normally got a large stock of them at your flat.
I've got a stock of tea, yeah. Because you can get them fancy names and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, what is your favourite tea? And it absolutely can be just a builder's tea, if that's...
My favourite tea... Well, see, so I have like... I'm afraid it is... I hate to say it, but it is woman power yogi tea.
Is it really?
It's really good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Does it make your ovaries feel warm?
It just makes my eggs feel needed.
What do you love about it?
I like it. It's quite unusual, and again, it's got good old hibiscus in it.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. I like the wanky name. I like that. I feel like I'm being feminist by drinking some tea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not very good at describing the taste of it.
No, that's fine. You don't have to. That is, but you just like it, and that's
I like it.
Yeah. So what is it like? Is that what's in it again? You did say
it's got hibiscus in it.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what else it has, but I can look it up.
Is it a fruity tea, or is it quite herbally?
It's got lavender, raspberry leaves, licorice. Your favourite.
Oh yeah.
Thyme.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that sounds really good.
It hasn't got any hibiscus in it. I'm a liar. I just know that I like it.
Good. Well, that's all that matters, really. It doesn't matter that you're a massive liar.
Good old woman. I'm a massive liar, but I like a good old woman's energy tea. Yeah. But also, nothing beats a builder's as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. What's your favourite builders?
PG Tips.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Do you know what PG stands for?
What
Sorry,
is
I'm laughing because I have asked this in, I think, every podcast since I was told what it means.
What does it mean?
It stands for progestive.
Oh.
Yeah. Aids your digestion.
No way. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So that's, good. Good for you.
Yeah, I like a good old PG.
I love a builder's tea. Now, whilst you're in Bath, because that is down that way, my favourite builder's tea is Smuggler's Brew.
I've never heard of that.
Have you not? Because it's only available in the southwest.
Wow.
And it's specifically a Cornish tea, but you can get it sort of all around the southwest.
Yeah.
If you go to a shop, have a look for it. It's in like an orange and brown packaging. Yeah. And it's just delicious.
Oh my God, I'll look out for it.
Yeah, it tastes a little bit like Yorkshire tea, but a little bit more floral. But it's just delicious.
Also, I love the idea of having an exclusivity and thinking, oh, can't get this one in London.
Yeah. I mean, you can in some places. Sainsbury's are the only company that will get it, but there's very few Sainsbury's that I've been to that I found it in. So because I was just I was talking about it all the time, and my fiance was lose no mind, so she went on the Smuggler's Brew website and just bought me a bag of 1,100 tea bags. It's a catering bag.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. I've got so much tea. Yeah, it's incredible. It's so good. Yeah, try it. It's really good. If you can find it down there, give it a little go. See what you think.
Yeah.
And they're not even sponsoring me, so.
You're just doing that for free.
Yeah, I just really like it.
Just love it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, right. Women's Power are sponsoring me.
Oh, they are. Yeah, that's why you brought that up. If they weren't sponsoring, what's your?
They were like, "You're a woman."
Yeah. Hey, you're a woman. You've got woman stuff. Do you want to try a woman tea? Really makes you emotional and weak. Sorry, no, that's that.
No, you're right. That's exactly how women are. Si, we're emotional, weak. And we faint a lot.
For the sake of that, I mean, hopefully any listeners that are listening to this have listened to my other podcasts and know that I'm not a misogynist arsehole.
He's a feminist. He's a male feminist.
I'm very nice. Yeah, I realised that me asking you if you have seen anyone might seem out of context, but we regularly, so Rosie and I used to gig together all the time. Yeah. And whenever we'd see each other, we always had like new dating woes, and we would be backstage and just like make each other laugh about how poorly our dating lives were going. So yeah, that is why I brought that up, because I was interested. Also, like, I've not spoken to anyone who's been trying to date whilst locked down. And I'm interested.
So my brother is also down here. He has been trying to date while on lockdown. Yeah. He's been going on online dates.
Right. How's that working out?
I think he says it's okay. And I was talking to another one of my friends who's been doing it, and he was like it's quite good, but then you reach a point where, you know, you need to sort of meet them. Yeah. And then it gets a bit weird. Yeah. Because then you miss the point.
Yeah, because there's, I would say that you could probably get away with, I don't know, like about a month maybe of like just talking to people online. Like you'll start off texting or whatever, and then you'll go to video chats. Yeah. And then you really like, after that, it's just a prison pen pal, isn't it?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I'd be really intrigued to, hey, if anyone's listening to this who is dating anyone and it's going well, that they met during the lockdown and it's being purely online, get in touch, because I am intrigued. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to know how that works. Not video. Don't tell me smutty stuff. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about some dirty Skyping.
No. Disgust. You are disgusting, you pervert. Yeah. Now, do you have milk? Are you a milk person?
Yes, I do have milk.
Or are you a pressed plant juice person?
No, milk.
Because that's what we've come to call milk alternatives.
Well, I've been so while I'm here, I'm obviously I've got my parents' fridge, got good old cow's milk. But what I've been trying to do in London is I've been trying to do oat milk more. Oh, okay. Because it's better for the environment and nicer to the cows. I started feeling bad about the cows.
Yeah, that's about the only one that's that's worth it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That being said, I've been told very good things about hemp milk, but it's really expensive.
Really? I haven't even heard about hemp milk.
Yeah, apparently it's the most similar to actual sort of milk.
The most disappointing one is coconut milk.
Oh, rice milk. I hate rice milk.
I'm not sure about rice milk, but coconut milk, I think because I like coconut, I was like, this could work.
Yeah.
And then no.
No, I've not actually tried coconut milk, so I can't say. But yeah, have you had rice milk?
I think so. I can't really remember.
It's just a bit bitter. There's a sort of the start of it tastes a little bit sweet, and then it just tastes a bit bitter. But it's not for me.
And soy milk's all right, but you're like, it's still terrible for the environment. So who are you helping?
Yeah, no one. Set yourself on fire. That's the best option.
Yeah.
Don't do that. If anybody sets themselves on fire, please don't.
Don't do that. That's a bad thing to do and not safe.
Yeah. Well, this has been a podcast full of terrible advice. Right. Do you dip a biscuit?
Yes.
What's your favourite biscuit to dip?
Chocolate digestive.
Good. Strong choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up there. I think chocolate. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
Because I think a dark chocolate
actually, no, I'm talking about hobnob. Milk chocolate hobnob.
Yeah. Solid choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It leaves a little bit much sediment in my tea, I find.
That's true, and that's always annoying.
Yeah. That's the only downside to it. Otherwise, bloody love a hobnob.
Yeah. Hobnob's great.
How do you make your tea?
I obviously I have the tea bag in there.
Yeah.
And
good start.
If it's a normal builder's tea.
Yeah.
Leave it to brew, but not for too long. Like literally just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Literally for like, go and do a lap around your kitchen.
Yeah. Do you like wait for your kettle to boil and then just pour it immediately, or do you wait for it to cool down a bit, or just?
No, I pour it immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
But then I leave it to brew for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I get the spoon. Give it if it's looking a little colourless, I might push the bag onto the side of the cup, take out, put some milk in, boom.
Yeah, solid. It's a good. Yeah, there's nothing to argue with there. There's there's a couple of points that I do differently occasionally, but I'll take it. It's a solid method.
And sometimes if I'm feeling sad, I'll have sugar on my tea. But when you put sugar in your tea, you need to put the sugar in before you pour in the water. It's very important.
Well, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, because you want it to dissolve properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the science, because it won't dissolve properly with milk in because it's too cold.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it'll dissolve a bit, but you got to stir it a lot, and it's not for me. A friend of mine, friend of the podcast, Chris Lowe, he told me that there's several tea companies that advise that you put the milk in first because it allows the tea to infuse into the milk rather than just pouring the 100-degree water straight onto the bag and burning the leaves.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a science to it. Yeah, there is actually a science to it.
Also, apparently, thought putting in the milk first was like sacrilege.
Well, many people would say that, yeah. Because certainly for people that aren't experienced tea makers, they make what is essentially a cup of warm milk.
Yeah.
And that's much worse,
horrible.
Isn't it? So
yeah, when you're given like weak tea, it's awful.
Yeah. Because the worst thing is, like, tea is a nice social drink, isn't it? You'll drink tea sort of around anyone's house, and tea's always an acceptable drink. But if it's a horrible tea, you've still got to drink it. And then you're just like, thanks very much. And nobody likes that, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my brother being really angry. I offered to make a tea for him. I was really young. And then I gave it to him, and he was like, did you just put the tea bag in and take it out again? Because this is disgusting.
Oh dear.
And I remember being horrified at myself.
Was that the first tea you'd ever made?
I think it probably was.
Yeah, certainly one of them.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Early tea.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's good to learn young, isn't it? So that's
definitely.
Yeah. So is your brother older?
I've got 3.
Oh.
So this particular brother was my older brother, who is 9 years older than me.
Oh.
But my brother who's living with me at the moment is younger than me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just a year and a half younger than me.
What about the other one?
Oh, he's also 9 years older. They're twins.
Oh, okay. So you only mentioned the one.
Well, I just
one of my brothers is 9 years older. The other one's 1.5 years younger. Oh, the other one also 9 years. Yeah. It's just like, why would you not mention that? Do you not like that one?
No, I did. He just wasn't relevant to the story.
It was completely relevant. I was asking about your brothers.
Yeah, I know, but I'd already mentioned the other two. But there's no point to mention Fred as well.
Did you just specify which brother you hadn't thought of?
Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been either. You didn't have to mention it. What if they listen to this now and that one's like...
But he's like, what?
Yeah.
I've also got a sister. Loads of us.
Yeah, you kept that secret. Don't like her, or...?
No, she's great.
Yeah.
She can stay.
Yeah, because she's going to know you're talking about her now, so you've got to be nice. Is she older or younger?
She's older. She's 7 years older than me.
Oh, not another twin.
No.
She's also 9 years older. Turns out the triplets. Good. No. Okay. Cool. I can't remember why I asked that. I think it's irrelevant. Now, right. I've got two more Teamergency questions. I don't always ask these, and especially don't always ask all of them. But here we are. I'm doing it anyway.
Okay. I'm ready.
Because I've got one brand new one and one that I think I need to bring back into circulation.
Okay.
Because it's relevant to the weather. Do you drink hot drinks to cool yourself down?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, you've reached that age.
Sorry, I told you I'm worried about my eggs and I'm sensitive about my age. You can't say things like that.
Well, I mean, sorry about that. It's too late. I've said it, but...
Yeah, I think it does look like a nice cup of tea on a summer's late afternoon. It's great.
Yeah, occasionally it helps. And I'm in this sort of interim period of my life where occasionally it will make me colder and occasionally it will make me much, much hotter. So,
yeah. I don't know if I'd I don't know. In fact, I would have a coffee in the hot weather as well.
Yeah, some kind of monster.
Yeah.
Some kind of middle-aged monster.
I wouldn't have a flat white in a hot summer's day.
I don't like coffee, so I don't really know what the difference is.
Oh, interesting.
Is it not the same? Is it just a coffee with milk?
Yeah, it's like coffee with milk, really.
Right. Yeah. Good. Right, now, the last one is nothing to do with tea, but it came up on the last podcast, and it is in relation to a bit that I used to do. So now I'm just essentially doing some market research. Does fresh air make you tired?
No. What stupid is that?
Well, that's
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So you haven't heard that as a phrase?
No, it's a silly phrase. I don't know who came up with it, but they're fools.
It's not silly. It is a completely legitimate phrase. And
that's a ridiculous phrase.
And think about it. In the past, when you spent a lot of time outside, at the beach, going for a walk, anything like that, have you got home and felt more tired as a result?
That's from walking.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Right. Spend the day walking around your house and then spend the day walking around your garden. Tell me what's made you more tired.
Walking around the house because you're not getting any fresh air.
For those of you who may not have picked that up, I just dropped my pen out of... well, I didn't. I slammed it. I slammed my pen in fury and admiration. That's a fair point. You've never heard that phrase?
No, and it's a stupid phrase, and I'm offended by it.
What are you going to slam? You're just going to throw a mug? Your hands on the sofa.
Just my hands on the sofa.
Yeah. Good. You've never heard it then. Right.
No.
Because as far as I'm concerned, that is a regular phrase that people use a lot.
Well, no.
Especially one's mother.
Yeah, clearly your mum does. And no offence to your mum, but she's wrong. And what has she done?
No, it's a commonly used phrase that I'm going to look up on the internet. I have access to the internet. I don't know why I've never looked it up. I've just assumed. Just thought everyone knows what that is. That's... So have you got anything to plug? Have you got anything that you're up to at the minute?
No.
Do you want to plug your future film? Have you got a title for it?
No.
No? What's it about? You can't.
It's a horror film.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Like a proper horror, or like a comedy horror?
Comedy horror.
Nice. Cool. Can I have a part?
Sure.
Wow. Fine. Then I won't write a part into my sitcom for you either.
Hey, I just said you could.
Yeah, but I saw your face. You forget this is a video chat. Right, no, cool. So, yeah, go on. Have you got a specific sort of theme for it, or any
Yeah, but I'm not giving away any details because I'll jinx it.
No, that's cool.
And also, by next week, I probably will be like, no, I've stopped writing that now. And then it'll be really embarrassing.
You'll get bored. You'll carry it on in 3 years, and then they'll be too big to be in your film.
Yeah. But no, you can do it like a good little famous cameo. And they'll be like, is that Cy Deaves?
Oh my God, that's not my name. It's Cy Deaves, you lunatic.
It's written in my phone.
How long have we known each other?
It's written in my phone as Cy Davies.
How have you spelled it?
So, Davies.
Yeah, that's not my name.
Well, why have I written Davies then?
I don't know. Just some kind of unstoppable moron. Yeah, I mean, you've got me on Facebook. It's written on there.
Do you know this happened to me the other month with my housemate. I went.
Someone you actually live with.
Yeah, and he went. You've been living with me for a couple of months, and did you just give me the wrong surname? And I was like, no.
Sorry, I'm just writing down a note. Doesn't know how to pronounce my name. What? Oh God, that's ridiculous. How long have we known each other? Like 5 years?
Only 5 years.
Yeah. Sure. Fine. So you've got nothing to plug because you're not doing anything interesting.
No, I don't. Who is plugging anything?
Oh, loads of people. Everyone's doing stuff.
Oh, everyone can f*** off.
Everyone's doing their own sitcoms or podcasts or.
It's really well.
Everyone's got like amusing tweets that they're sending out, and you're just wallowing in your own self-pity.
I'm great on Twitter.
No, of course I know. Yeah, you are good on Twitter. So what is is it just Rosie as a Holt?
Yeah, that's right.
And is it that on everything? Are you that on Instagram?
I'm that on Instagram as well, yeah.
Have you got a website?
I do, but I messed up because at the beginning of lockdown I was like, oh, I need to sort this out. And then it just started going wrong and it made me upset and panicky. And so I just thought I'll leave it. So now it's like just not really working.
Right.
I did that. So I need to fix it.
Yeah.
But I do have a website.
What is your website when it's working? Because I'll put a link.
Just rosieholt.com.
Cool. Are you on anything else?
No.
Good.
Don't think so.
Good. Cool. I think that's everything. Yeah. So yeah, you just do good stuff on Twitter, and you also do stuff on Instagram. What do you do on Instagram?
Just put on little videos and stuff.
Oh yeah. Like
little funny videos.
Yeah.
And then just the odd picture of me, so people know what I look like.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you not feature in the videos that you put on?
I also feature in the videos I put on.
Right. So just in case people look at the videos and go, I could see her moving, but I can't make out her face.
Exactly. Very important.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Right. So have you got any shows coming up other than tomorrow?
No, because I had a show and it's gone because of lockdown.
Not that show. I mean online shows, because this will come out soon, but not in time for the show tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I've got the one tomorrow, but not at the moment. No, things might pop up.
Yeah. Hey, so you'll post about that on Twitter and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Just go and check her out there. Are you on Facebook? Obviously, you're on Facebook. Do you have a page?
I don't. I hardly ever go on Facebook. I do have a page, but I don't think I've touched it in ages.
All right. Well, I won't put links to that then. Right. When all of this is over.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell some people more? Just remind everyone about the show that you're doing so that they can go and see it. I've got a few listeners in America, so they might come and see.
So it's called The Crown Live, and it's a parody of The Crown. And there's just two of us, and we play all the parts.
Cool.
And we do it in a short, quick time, and it's very, very funny and silly.
Good. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, hopefully it'll all be over soon, and you can go back to doing that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Cool.
We'll see.
And when this is all over, like, we'll do this again in person with some new teas that Yoga Teas have sent me, and they'll continue to be sexist, I imagine.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If I'm saying this about them, they probably won't send me tea, but
they would because they should send me the tea. I've plugged them enough.
I thought they already did. Were you lying?
Sure, no.
Yeah, a massive liar once again. Yeah,
but it's not my fault. I'm a woman.
Oh, what a perfect place to end. just a damn lying woman. Well, Thanks for listening, everybody. That'll do us just fine.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening. Keep tuning in, everyone. There's more. Stick around for the ending where I give out all the further plugs and stuff. Thanks. Bye. You say bye?
Bye.
Excellent. So that was Rosie Holt. Doesn't matter that she got my name wrong. It's absolutely fine. I don't mind. Now, don't forget, you can find her on Twitter and Instagram, as she said, which is at Rosie is a Holt, and then her website, which currently doesn't work, which is www.rosieholt.com. I will post links to those in the podcast description. I will also post a link to Mike Darrah on Fiverr, which is Darrah Sounds. You can find it on Darrah Sounds. That is who wrote and recorded my brand new intro music. Don't forget, as ever, give the podcast a shout out on your social media. Give us a little share if you could, because that I really appreciate that. You know, go and give us a like on whatever app you use and a review on Apple Podcasts if you can. That'd be amazing. Just, yeah, anything like that. Tell your friends and get in touch. Let me know which one your favourite was. Let me know if fresh air makes you tired. Let me know if you like tea. I don't know. Just get in touch. I really like it when people do, which obviously you can do so on Twitter and Instagram and facebook.com/Tea Party Pod. So it's at Tea Party Pod or facebook.com /Tea Party Pod. That is the letter Tea Party Pod. And you can also email me at teapartypod@gmail.com. Again, the letter Tea Party Pod. Yeah. Thanks very much for listening. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.